Good morning. Aloha. Marhaba. Bienvenidos. Welcome. Michelle McLemore, Healing Guide. And I wanted to talk today with you about what both of the Aarons in our group had mentioned a little bit a couple days ago. So purpose for today is, why are our emotions, many people's emotions, starting to get scattered? Some of the symptoms, some of the things that they've been experiencing. Just going to call these out real quick. If you've been feeling more tired, unexplained reasons, irritable, maybe find yourself quick to judge others, but not necessarily be angry about it. More headaches, anxiety, feeling like you're a different person or disconnected, doing things like you're not really part of this world and that you're just kind of observing things as they happen, but not feeling any reaction for how they'll impact you. Pressure to feel like you have to learn something or there's something you're supposed to do right away. That's something some people are experiencing as well. I was just talking to a woman last night who, she said, I don't know why, I don't know what I need to articulate to you as far as the session goes. I just feel like I'm on the cusp of something and I'm supposed to do something. I've heard that mentioned by a couple of you in this group different times as you private message me or our conversations together. And all that is really normal for right now. So that's the first thing to think about is, are you experiencing any of those symptoms? They can come on pretty quick. They can last for a week or 2 weeks. They may or may not be related to lunar moon phases. I don't personally do a whole lot with astrology, but over the last couple of years, as some of my friends who are into astronomy and astrology have started talking about different things, there is some correlation with things going on. But so there's this issue with, nobody likes to feel out of control of their emotions. And it can be kind of frustrating if you're going in the work field and you're going to the job and you feel really irritable and you find yourself being quick in response, because that's going to raise people's eyebrows and it's going to affect your communication patterns with other people. And, they just have those times where you're like, geez, maybe I should lock myself at home, and not go out today because you sense yourself feeling this way. Well, it's not always an option, right? We still have things we have to do. Okay, what is going on? I think I mentioned before about Schumann's response, and I know Frank, if he watches these, he and I had a conversation about this as well, but it's really something that's happening in the world. So back in 2014 is when they realized that the Earth's electromagnetic resonance, that's what we're talking about with Schumann's resonance, that actually started increasing. It went from 7.83 hertz, which was brain activity frequency, to just this year, it clocked in at 40 hertz. That's a huge jump in a couple of years. Okay, so that change in the Earth electromagnetic field, basically, is impacting every living thing. So the question is, how quickly are we adjusting to it? And normally 7.83 where we were was a relaxed, kind of dreamy state, mental activity-wise. We're just kind of hanging out, going, okay, waiting for something to happen. You accelerate that up beyond that, up into the 40s, that's a pretty, not agitated, but very active state, very action-based for quick thinking, quick movement, quick processing, higher processing. So the people who are talking about a new era coming, a new type of people, a new expansion in communication and telepathy and all these other higher sense perception things becoming more of a norm, that could help to accelerate it, and why so many of us are experiencing more than we ever have before. So that is part of the process of what's going on. Remember, every one of us walking around are dealing with different people who are at different energy levels and frequencies as well. So your body is constantly adjusting now to the Earth as well, elevating for your increase in your energy frequency as well. So lots of different things which can clash a little bit, and that disharmony is necessary, unfortunately, for the process that we're moving through. So what do you do about it? Ground. If you don't know how to do that, energy worker friend of mine said, basically, you're plugging your heels into the earth intentionally. She says 20 to 25 times a day at minimum. I don't do that anywhere near as much, but it's not a bad idea. I have started doing it more often. Just walking in the earth isn't necessarily the same thing, okay? Being out in nature helps tremendously. Walking in the grass barefoot helps. Vicki, you can have your shoes on too. Energy is going to go both ways. But you need the intention that you are aligning with the earth's energy, or you're asking the earth's energy to come in and help balance you as well. The more balanced you are to begin with, the easier it is for these quick times out in nature for earth to do that for you, or being near one of the big massive trees for the tree's energy field to help balance you as well. But if you're not used to doing that, if you're not a frequent nature visitor, you might want to find an energy worker who can clear, balance, and connect your chakras and clear meridians and all that, and then it'll be easier after that for you. Shielding, especially if you work around a lot of people. Those of you who have been my former clients and friends, you know I talk about shielding a lot. This isn't to keep you at a distance from everybody, but it is to lessen or blunt the effect of the incoming waves. Showering frequently. Erin mentioned that she took a shower and she felt better. Believe it or not, you can release a lot with water. Water helps tremendously do this. And every energy class I've gone to, they always say, make sure you go and shower. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, take a shower, long shower. It doesn't have to be hot water, but the water can help filter somehow the electromagnetic field, your biofield. So shower more frequently. Clear quartz crystal like a leather string, but it needs to be over your heart chakra and outside your clothing. For some reason, it's too much to have it right on your skin. Dream journaling. A lot of us have pretty intense dreams and day visions now in this group, so you need to be tracking those. You're going to find more and more that some of them are going to be clairvoyant. It's nothing to be upset about. It's just that aspect of telepathy coming through, picking up on things, messages out there. Right. So journaling, so you can start tracking and the frequency, and that'll help calm your nerves a little bit. Okay, because that stuff is still coming through, regardless if you're feeling irritated or exhausted or whatever. The nature time we talked about, increasing your water intake. If you're not doing at least 1 glass a day, 1 glass every hour that you're awake, you need to start doing that. The water is necessary for your energy, vibration, and body to function really well. Decrease your fatty food. I know we love fat food, but no. And again, these are choices. These are choices for you. These are just things that I've learned and that people who I run around with in my circles are very aware of, that it does affect your body and it does affect your processing. Try to decrease fluoride intake. There's a lot of different discussions about it calcifying on your pineal gland, which is back here. Okay. Exercise and the inversion. So if you don't have to do full headstands, but anytime you can get your forehead on the ground. Doesn't always have to be your crown. If you can, and you're comfortable doing that. Some people, as you're transitioning, the crown is very sensitive. It almost is painful to touch sometimes. Okay, that's part of the issue as well. So you might be feeling tension here, sensitivity here. If you can start if you're having any of this stuff, get your forehead on the ground, whether you're doing child's pose from yoga or Hussein's in this group, and one of the postures that they do on the ground. I've shown this in the moving meditation video. Your forehead's on the ground like this. So the more you can do those kind of things, the more it'll help you balance. And it should help bring down these, or shorten the length duration of these uncomfortable emotions. I'd always start with, do I have a reason? Is there a reason for these emotions? If you can't come up with something quickly, don't dwell on it. Just realize you need to use an intercession. You need a strategy to start reducing them to get back to balance. If there is a reason, identify it. Don't judge that you're having it. Just acknowledge it. Decide what you're going to do with it. Then you can move on. And then balance. Okay? Other quick related thing, and then I'm going to sign out for today, as we're coming up on just a little over 10 minutes. So, and if you found any of this helpful, please, when you watch the video playback, please make a comment. Let me know. If you have further questions, let me know that as well, and I'll bring something up about it. But I know some of you are exploring or wondering about what's your title, what's your classification, what's your purpose for being able to be more energy sensitive or be empathic or these kinds of things. Okay, so what are the quick titles out there? Light worker, earth angel, indigo child, crystal child, rainbow child. Do you need a title? No, you don't. Do you have to know for sure which one you are? No. Your spirit in a human body, having a human experience. Temporary at that. Okay. If you want to know more about those, basically, you have the earth angels or the light workers in general who came to start making changes and challenge ideals. The indigo children, most of those were born in the 70s. Okay, but they're not confined to that. That's when the first major wave came through. Okay. They can be any age. Their primary aura is blue. And that's dealing with throat chakra for communication, opening, starting to challenge ideas, express different ideas, as well as indigo for third eye. Okay. A lot of the indigo children were highly sensitive, having some psychic development, and that led to them having a lot of diagnoses that something must be wrong with these people because the normal people weren't talking about these things, weren't experiencing these things, or just chalked it up as a fluke, something that scared them. So a lot of these people were diagnosed with ADD, ADHD, mental illnesses, schizophrenia, just different things to try to make sense of what their abilities were. I have a friend who is probably in her, I'm guessing 50s or 60s now. And while she was a teenager in 20s, there was a group they actually had a rotating phone list because there were groups from, she says, the government coming through and gathering these people in the middle of the night, trying to find them, take them to start testing them to see what was really going on. Because obviously, if you can tell the future or pick up on things, then you must be a valuable asset. So she was actually on the move quite a bit. So then came the crystal children. These are the ones who, these really hypnotizing eyes. You look at their eyes and you're just awe, and they look like wise old souls. Happy, delighted, joyful, very forgiving, even when they shouldn't be forgiving based on life's circumstances and how they've, been through that. Some of you, many of you are crystal children. And then the third phase is the rainbow children. Backing up, the crystal children, their field is primarily opalescent. They have some more interest or drawn more to crystals, rocks, blissful, even-tempered. They might have had delayed speech as children because they were more telepathic or could pick up on impressions quicker. And then this last round is called the rainbow children. They're the ones who are coming in already basically at their spiritual peak. And so we're seeing a lot more kids who just seem to get it right away. And they're just okay with whatever's going on because they know what their purpose is already, or they feel totally confident in themselves. They're being born to crystal children, primarily because that helps them develop quicker. And their aura is mostly rainbow. They're seeing the full spectrum of that because of they're more balanced to begin with. Okay, so that is a little bit about if you're catching yourself in these weird emotional states, mental states, emotional states, potential reasons why, what you can do about it, and what does that mean for you. Some people, there's a bit of an argument out there saying, do we really need to label anything? No, you never have to label anyone. Are only specific people light workers? And they're saying no, everyone has the potential to be a light worker, a hope bringer, spreading awareness, spreading peace, setting our intentions to focus for a healthier earth, better human relations, better relations with frequencies of all types. Still a little weird to say aliens, but yeah, that's out there too. They say a lot of, there's one Native American group who says that the Pleiades constellation is their home. So, this isn't new age stuff. This is really old stuff. So, I had one person I was talking to last night said, I feel like I'm on the cusp. There's things I need to know, but my head's having a hard time with it. My heart's there already. I don't know how to make sense of this new age stuff. And I said, well, it's not new. That's the myth. This is very, very old, very basic, from a lot of different cultures around the world. And a lot of us are just awakening. And that's the phrase most people are saying, transitioning or awakening. So if that helped you at all, I'm very glad. If that brought up more questions or made you go, that's okay too. Remember, reach wherever we are on the journey. So wishing you light and love, and let me know if you have questions, or as always, feel free to start your own post in the Energy Evolution group, and I'll help you out with whatever I can. Okay? Blessings and love. Bye.